Have a good time and work gets done.
Supporting Goodwill helps give our clients fuller lives.
Lilly Broadcasting stands with the people of Iran.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a months-long drug investigation leads to 2 arrests in the UP with thousands of dollars worth of meth and cocaine seized. Plus, Ghislaine Maxwell pleads the 5th in a closed-door deposition over her connection to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. We'll have the latest. And a new study looks to show how beneficial after-school and summer programs are for Michigan students. We'll have the details. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. As you know, we have the return of the UP 200 on Friday. Wondering if we're going to see any more snow before the big day.
Yeah, good evening, Kevin. We're seeing a little bit of some snow and a wintry mix, a little sleet and ice, but I'm keeping a close eye on that forecast as we await the start of the UP 200. We'll have more updates, of course, through the week, but we're not looking at much snow. There is a little bit right now, like I said, but that should start to taper off, and we are setting up for really nice conditions for the start of it this Friday. Temperatures right now very comfortable into the lower 30s, and we will continue to see some nice, comfortable, and seasonably warm temperatures for a change. We'll talk all about that for the week ahead in just a few short minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. In Marquette County, police are investigating a fatal snowmobile crash that occurred last week. On Friday morning, Chocolate Township police were called to an accident about a mile away from the Alger County line. Officers arrived near the scene and were transported to the crash site by several snowmobilers. Responders administered CPR to the 44-year-old woman who had been operating the snowmobile. The Chocolate Township Fire Department transported her to an ambulance where personnel attempted life-saving measures. However, the woman succumbed to her injuries. Officials believe the woman hit a dip in the trail, causing her snowmobile to leave the path. However, the investigation into the accident remains ongoing. 2 arrests have been made following an extensive drug investigation across Baraga and Houghton counties. 27-year-old Braden Hanks is facing charges relating to the distribution of meth and cocaine, and 60-year-old Michael Justilla was arrested for the delivery of meth. For the last several months, detectives from the Upper Peninsula Substance Enforcement Team have investigated the 2 men believed to be distributing the drugs in both counties. On February 5th, detectives at Upset executed 3 search warrants, seizing over a quarter pound of crystal meth, an ounce of cocaine, and user amounts of MDMA and fentanyl, all holding a street value of over $15,000. This investigation remains ongoing. Today, convicted Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell appeared virtually for a closed-door deposition from prison. It's the latest move in a bipartisan House oversight investigation into Jeffrey Epstein and the federal government's handling of his case. The deposition ended quickly, wrapping up less than an hour after it started, after Maxwell invoked her Fifth Amendment right and declined to answer questions to avoid self-incrimination. Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year federal prison sentence in Texas. House Oversight Chairman James Comer had previously agreed to postpone an earlier deposition planned for August after Maxwell's attorney asked that it be delayed until the Supreme Court decided whether it would hear her appeal. The High Court later declined to take the case in October. Meanwhile, in the UK, police say they're looking into a new claim involving Prince Andrew, accused of sharing confidential information with Epstein while serving as a government trade envoy. Oversight Committee members say Andrew, the brother of King Charles, should come before the committee to answer questions.
Well, the king has to answer what he knew about Andrew. And just stripping Andrew of a title is not enough. I mean, Andrew needs to come before our committee and start answering questions. I mean, look, if you have allegations of raping a young girl, I don't think the appropriate punishment is you no longer get to be a prince. There's got to be more than that.
The king's brother has not publicly responded to the latest accusation, but has previously denied any wrongdoing connected to Epstein. Time is running out for congressional members to fund the Department of Homeland Security. Members have until the end of the week to move forward with funding, but Democrats are still demanding additional reforms for ICE. We're hearing reports that Democrats sent Republicans a draft legislation that would codify immigration reforms, which includes limits on masking by federal agents and new judicial warrant requirements. These changes stem from the immigration operations in Minneapolis after 2 residents were shot and killed by federal agents. The House originally passed DHS funding with some changes to ICE, which includes body cameras for agents as one example. There's a chance members might be forced to do another interim spending bill for Homeland Security to avoid a shutdown. As Michigan invests millions in after-school and summer programs, researchers at Michigan State University are studying their impact and where programs are still needed, including growth in the UP. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more.
Michigan is putting more money into what are known as out-of-school time programs, including after-school, before-school, and summer care. At Michigan State University, researchers are now studying how those programs are working and how they can improve.
What we were asked to do is to look at the accessibility, the quality, and impact.
Jamie Wu is a research assistant professor in the Department of Human Development and Family Studies at Michigan State University. She says her team's goal goes beyond academics.
The hope is that all Michigan youth have access to high quality, affordable after school opportunities.
This spring, the team will launch a new round of regional focus groups, starting with youth and families, then connecting those findings with program providers. Wu says after school programs can play a key role in addressing absenteeism and keeping students engaged in school.
After school programs have been most effective in connecting students more into the school day learning.
Their early findings are showing growth in the Upper Peninsula, with program access growing from 7 to 10 counties.
That speaks to the state's leadership in reaching out and trying to connect with the UP region to make sure that youth in your region are also afforded with the opportunity for out-of-school time.
Wu says that expansion is a sign of strong local efforts and a chance to build long-term support for youth, families, and communities. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, a local hospital is making waves with a prestigious 5-star rating for rural health care. And later, Jim Koski is here for your life in the 906. He's getting into the Olympic spirit. We'll be right back after this.
Race to savings on sweet deals at Menards. Treat your Valentine to assorted potted flowers and plants on sale. Enjoy a delicious meal with 5-piece bacon wrapped chicken thighs, only $6.49. Plus, Ryan Blaney Performance Gloves are a $4.99 value after rebate. Get a gallon of Dutch Boy DuraClean interior paint starting at a $16.88 value after rebate. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
New Monday, February 23rd.
Have you ever told a lie?
Are you serious? Wasn't lying part of the job description of CIA?
A new series from the team behind FBI.
You work in the open, while you work in the shadows.
Well, we both do it to keep our country safe.
Exactly. Nice work, partner.
CIA. New series CBS Monday, February 23rd.
Hard Rock is a name built to last. Michigan knows something about that. The Hard Rock Bet Casino app, that's built on trust too. So what you see when you sign up is actually what you get.
Don't believe it? Try the app yourself. If you're not up after 24 hours playing slots, then you get up to $1,000 back to play again.
Wants to get 200 bonus spins to play Huff and More Puff. Wins paid in cash. No catch.
Hard Rock Bet Casino is here, Michigan. Roll with us.
Download the Hard Rock Bet Casino app today.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's big winter sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's big winter sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. And there's big savings on quality Amish dining room too. Have it built the way you want it, or save even more on floor sample closeouts. And mattresses from Serta, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster. The selection and discounts have never been greater. Shop Shunk's big winter sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's Marquette today.
Now,
WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. It is a new week and we are shying away from the extreme cold and we're having much more tolerable and comfortable temperatures for this week. And because of that, the temperatures not being in the teens or even single digits, the warmer temperatures are allowing some of a wintry mix to be happening right now. Some snow, some sleet, and even a little bit of ice happening through Alger County at this moment. And we'll likely see that continuing for the overnight. So just be careful of a glazing of ice for tomorrow. Today, though, 32 for the high temperature. That's freezing for you. The average is 23, so that's above average. It's a nice change from a lot of the weeks that we've had in the depths of winter. And again, we're closer to spring than the start of winter. A winter weather advisory, though, will impact the central and out to the eastern portions of the UP in the overnight hours. It doesn't technically start until 7 o'clock, so I would just prepare for the possibility of about 2 inches of snow and a glazing of ice. This is what the winter weather advisory is for, and it should cancel out at about 7 a.m., but we still could see some of those icing potentials later than that, but especially out to the eastern half, that's where you're going to see more of that snow accumulation. But even if you see lower snow totals out there, that means there's a little bit of that liquid component in the central portions happening. But once we pass that, your future cast is now all the way to early Wednesday morning, and we're not seeing much snow other than a few centralized, very narrow lake effect snow bands. So it really shouldn't affect the UP 200 too much because that's Wednesday, and we're looking at Friday for that. But this is that future snow that we are anticipating for that winter weather advisory. You can see most of the snow does accumulate the further you get east out to Newberry and Sault Ste. Marie. That's up to about maybe 2 to 3 inches. But what I'm more concerned about is that potential for some ice. All it takes is about 1/100th or 3/100th of an inch for that glazing of ice to happen to put the slick conditions on those roadways. So you don't need to leave too much time in the morning to clear off the snow from your windshield, as it is to account for some lower speeds, to just take it slow in case the roads are slick and icy tomorrow morning. The winds also shift, so it is going to be a comfortable week temperature wise, with the exception for tomorrow. This is probably the coldest on the 7-day because we have that northern component for the winds, but we still are trending in the warmer than average temperature outlook in the 6 to 10 day. You see it on the 7-day, and we're likely looking at that for next week as well, above average temperatures. We know we should be in the lower 20s, and we'll definitely get there, plus about 10 degrees for most of the week. So lows tonight are warmer than the average high, and we're going to keep it pretty much the same, not change the temperatures too much. So what you feel in the overnight is basically what it's going to amount to for the next day. Watch out for the ice for tomorrow. We have a dip in the temperatures for your Wednesday, and then we'll climb it back up and looking really nice for the UP 200, and we'll have more on your forecast also for Valentine's weekend coming up tonight.
Kelly, thank you again. An Upper Peninsula hospital is being recognized for providing exceptional rural health care services. Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital has earned 5 stars from the National Rural Rating System. Patient satisfaction surveys show that community members are overwhelmingly pleased with the quality of care they receive. The hospital has also found ways to overcome challenges by assembling a dedicated team of professionals and connecting patients with partnering organizations for specialized treatment.
Every patient is treated like our mom or our dad. It's really important to us. Remember, as a small hospital, we're treating our neighbors, our family members, and our mom and dad, really. So everything we do is at the benefit of the patient.
WZMQ 19's Lily Simmons will have more on how Schoolcraft Memorial serves rural patients tonight at 11:10 Central. Coming up next on Insights, we're joined by the United Way of Marquette County to hear about their volunteer opportunities, especially with the UP 200 making its return. That conversation's in 2 minutes.
As the world evolves, so do careers. And the #1 question college students ask is, what's out there for me? NMU has programs for all 20 of the country's fastest growing career fields, including nursing, mechanical engineering, cybersecurity, climate control technology, and data science. Head north into a bright future at NMU.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, I'm joined by my fellow cast of the animated film GOAT.
It has a beautiful message because we're all goats, right?
Hey! It's all goats, all show.
I get to play your mother.
You are a goat yourself. We have to give you a round of applause.
Thank you!
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation. You can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, but you've got to call now. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Tonight on Insights, we're checking in with the United Way of Marquette County. Joining us, as always, in the studio is Executive Director Andrew Rickauer. Andrew, good to see you.
It's good to be back.
It is a huge week, my friend.
It is.
The UP 200. How are things going on your end?
It's been busy. Yeah,
I'm sure.
Just came off of a couple weeks of busy trying to organize volunteers and stuff around the New Caymanon, and now it's right on to the UP 200 with over 600 volunteer hours just for the weekend.
Wow, and that comes with it is a whole lot of positions and opportunities. What kind of volunteer opportunities are there?
Yeah, there's still some opportunities, really scattered entire race course. You could be inside at the merchandise and check-in area. You could be dog handling, road crossing. You just pick the shift, time, location, and I'm sure there's going to be a need for you. So.
All right, good stuff. Have you ever heard anything from the volunteers about what it's like for them as they take part in the UP 200?
I've heard some really positive things from it, especially the road crossings. They enjoy it because they're right up close with the dogs. The teams aren't going as fast as they are, through downtown. So it's a lot more relaxed. Sometimes the mushers will even stop and chat for a bit. So it's just been a very positive, really unique experience for them.
And you said 600 volunteers, is that what you said?
There's over 600 volunteer hours.
Volunteer hours, okay, gotcha. Just how many people would you say that is then?
We've got, at the beginning, we probably had almost 200 shifts available.
How was that in terms of, previous UP 200s? How are we doing volunteer-wise?
It's filling up. We're getting, it's this last week we could really use a big push to just really make it happen.
Sure. Any particular positions that you're really trying to fill right now, Andrew?
In general, it's the road crossings are the most critical. Okay. Those can be not really longer shifts, but they're just multiple shifts, and we just need to fill all those holes.
Gotcha. What exactly does that involve?
It's really just hanging out the road. There's usually a fire there, and just making sure the mushers can get through safely and stop traffic if you see one coming. So,
all right.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, absolutely. How excited are you for this Friday, Andrew?
It's going to be a good weekend. It's going to be busy. It's great to see so many visitors coming into town for it, and we're seeing a lot of the visitors actually volunteering because it provides a really unique experience for them to get that close and with the teams and dogs.
All right, moving on from the UP 200, you mentioned to me earlier that Habitat for Humanity, this is a big year for them.
Yeah, it's a really big year. We all know about the housing shortage and need for affordable housing, and Habitat has a lot of big projects, a lot of homes going up. They're already starting to, they're looking for volunteers to kind of wrap up some of the previous year's projects, and so it's starting to get busy. It's going to be a big year. They need volunteers. They'll need volunteers throughout the summer, but definitely looking for people starting now.
And what are they looking for volunteers to do specifically?
It depends on the house and location, but you don't need skills. You just need to show up. They'll show you what you need to do. They'll train you and give you the tools. So they usually provide you a lunch while you're there too. So
good deal.
Learn some skills, help out, and have a lunch.
Absolutely. Yeah, good deal to me. Andrew, any other volunteer opportunities coming up?
There's a lot of volunteers around room at the inn, serving meals, and then with their emergency shelter. So those are kind of ongoing. It's great to see people signing up for it, but there's always room for one more.
All right. I think that's it, Andrew. I think that's all the questions I have for you this time.
All right. Well, thanks.
Absolutely. Always good to see you. And stay tuned when we come back. Jim Koski has your life in the 906. He's getting into the Olympic spirit. That and more when we come back.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
We look closely at all the data. We pore over test results. But what we see is you. We see what makes your smile widen and your eyes brighten. Even as we study breakthrough research and implement the most advanced technologies, what we see is how we can use it to serve you and your well-being. Healthcare is a lot of things, but the best care is human. Aspirus Health. What we see is you.
We chose you to represent 25 years of the greatest adventure on television. And all we want is everything.
This is the Survivor Coliseum.
Light your torch and be a part of history. Survivor 50 is coming. CBS Wednesday, February 25th, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Home for CBS is WZMQ 19.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology, and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes. We're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
Jim Koski, welcome back, sir. I'm glad you stopped laughing. I didn't mean to crack you up that much earlier in the show. And I hope you also had a good time watching the Super Bowl last night. But now you're in the mood to talk about the Olympics.
Yep, and by the way, I did have a great time watching the Super Bowl because the Patriots lost. That was the important thing. But like you said, the Winter Olympics are underway, and Iron River snowboarder Nick Baumgartner is the latest Youper to take part in the Games. From hockey players to ski jumpers, UP athletes have been picking up medals for almost a century now. But can you imagine how well we'd do if we were able to put our own spin on things? I mean, think of the success Youpers would have in events like six-pack speed skating, where you have to shotgun a can of beer every lap of a 6-lap race. And if you actually make it to the end, you get the gold, and the silver, and the bronze. I'm pretty sure that at least one Youper would podium in a sport like sauna sprinting, which times how long it takes you to get from a sauna to a snowbank and back again. And that also makes me think that we could grab the gold in something along the lines of freestyle ice fishing, where you get points the longer you sit in an ice shanty with no heat. And I'm absolutely positive that we would sweep the medals in all of the snow removal events. Snow shoveling, snow scooping, and the grand finale of them all, synchronized snow blowing. Plus, people love new Olympic sports. Well, how about this one? The pickup pirouette, where pickup drivers vie to make the biggest donuts possible in the abandoned lot, the parking lot of an abandoned Shopko store. Of course, there would have to be a few indoor competitions just to give athletes time to thaw out. And I think some of us would do quite well in events like fudge making or full contact cribbage, or especially in two pasty eating events, individual and relay. Although I think we all know who would be on neither of those teams. Now, I realize the lineup is set for the Olympics currently underway, but who knows what the future holds? And if we could get some of these events added one day, I'm pretty sure Nick Baumgartner would not be the only Yooper coming home with gold. I'm Jim Koski, always thinking, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. And out of those proposed competitions that you mentioned, which ones do you think you would fare best in?
I could try six-pack speed skating, but I can't skate, and probably after 2 beers I'd fall down, but it would be interesting to try. It really would.
And have you ever tried to sprint from a sauna to a snowbank?
I have, and trust me, because I don't like cold, I would probably at least medal in that one. If not the silver, then the gold. One of the two.
Gotcha. Glad you had a good time watching the Super Bowl, Jim. You mentioned you were happy because the Patriots lost.
Right.
You're not winning a lot of points with my dad, who is from that area, and you're also continuing to try and brainwash me to say pop. So you're not winning a lot of points with Mr. Hodge there.
Well, Mr. Hodge, I'm sorry. I grew up an Indianapolis Colts fan, and there's no way I will ever like the Patriots. Ever.
Out of control. Jim, thank you very much. And don't forget to join Jim weekday afternoons on Q107 WMQT. The Myers State Games wrapped up the luge competition on Saturday, taking place at the Upper Peninsula Luge Club. Competitors of all ages showed up to see how fast they could make it down the course. Surrounded by spectators and near a warm fire, the winners took to the podium when their names were called. The games aren't over yet, with one more event taking place this Saturday in Marquette with curling. Now don't go away. When we come back, we will have your final look at weather. Stay tuned.
Tuesday, the stars come to play. Whatever, Sadie. With Sadie Sink from Stranger Things and Idris Elba. So you got a wax figure made of you.
I'm still kind of weirded out by it. Who are you, bro? I called my mom, and she was like, what's wrong with your face? I was like, no, it's not me.
Next, Kelly. So I know you're a DJ.
I love it. I love it.
Do you have a favorite record?
My favorite one is the one that goes like this.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
True patriots do not whine. We put our heads down and we get to work.
Doorbusters. Buy this Ashley sectional and you'll get this ottoman free. Up to 60% off list at the President's Day Doorbuster deals at Slumberland Furniture. Get this reclining sofa for just $6.99 and get the recliner free. This reclining sofa loaded with features, just $5.99. A Sealy mattress for just $2.99. Or a Lazy Boy recliner for just $2.99. Deals this hot are while they last only. Doorbuster deals, now through President's Day only at Slumberland Furniture. Doorbusters!
When you need a body shop, skip the corporate shops and outside investors. Go with your hometown body shop, Superior Collision. Our family opened Superior Collision in 2002, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. Some places talk about community. We actually stand with our community, donating monthly back into Marquette County. When you need collision repair, choose Superior Collision, your local hometown body shop.
Live outside Marquette County? Every day, recycling is free at Recycle 906. Bring your cans, cardboard, plastics, and more. One day, one trip, a cleaner Upper Peninsula. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
And a final check of your forecast. Maybe it's your Monday tomorrow if you felt a little under the weather today, as a lot of us may have, but there is some snow and some sleet and ice happening right now, specifically to the eastern portions of the UP. So watch out for some glaze of ice as you head out the door tomorrow morning. All it takes is about 1/100 of an inch to get a little slick, so make sure to be careful. And we are expecting some warmer temperatures throughout the week. We'll get to around freezing for tomorrow. I'll have more details on your week ahead forecast in just or later tonight.
Sounds good, Kelly. Thank you again. And finally tonight, while most folks were probably settling in for the Super Bowl yesterday, the Upper Peninsula Brewing Company was hosting a very different kind of showdown. With just 2 brave competitors willing to take on the challenge this year, the annual Hickey Lunta Pasty Eating Contest was a much smaller affair than usual. Contestants each paid in, making the winner's prize just $20, but organizers say that didn't take away from the fun.
It's just a fun opportunity to take a traditional local food from the Upper Peninsula and put it to a contest to true Yoopers or those who are not Yoopers come up here and test their luck at winning this contest.
On a day full of big games, this one proved you don't need a stadium to keep Yooper spirit alive. That's all we have for right now, everyone. We have more headlines coming your way tonight at 11:10 Central. We'll see you then.
Lily Broadcasting stands with the people of Iran.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopel. The breaking news right now.
We are at an hour of